I wanted to write something that was affirmative.
And so as the country was grappling with the racial justice movement amid a pandemic, activist Will Jawando sat down to recast the image of black fathers.
Most people don't know, for example, that the majority of black fathers are in the home, just not always married. They're actually more engaged in the daily activities of their children, bathing, feeding, reading to them.
Jawando seeks to expand the definition of black parentage in his book, My 7 Black Fathers, profiles of men who entered his life, teaching him about love, acceptance, and respect.
I only have one biological father, but each of these men and many others played an integral role in making me who I am. In my journey to wholeness, I needed them all along the way, and they each fathered me in their own way. And I think, unfortunately, in society now, we have these preconceived notions that are connected to institutional racism and discrimination about who we as black people are and who black fathers are. And so not only wanted to dispel those myths and stereotypes, but also acknowledge the challenges, but acknowledge the power in these relationships that don't have to be familial.
Jawando married and a father of 4, born and raised in Silver Spring, Maryland.
I was a kid, 10 years old, peering through this fence.
He writes of a strained relationship with his natural father, being shunted from school to school, burdened by the low expectations that hold down too many black boys.
I was looking and yearning for a passage, kind of an entry point into my blackness.
He found it in the man who helped him connect to his Nigerian roots, his first black male teacher who taught him about self-esteem, the coach who taught him acceptance.
One of the things that struck me is a lot of the mentors in your life, these fathers, didn't realize the role they were playing in your life. They just happened to be being who they were, and you found something in each of them.
I did, and they found something in me. I'm fortunate to have 5 of the 7 still alive, and several of them, including my own stepfather, Joseph Jacobs, said they didn't realize the impact they were having.
Like Barack Obama, for whom he worked in the White House, like Jawando, biracial and son of an African father.
He was really helpful to give really practical advice from life experience himself of navigating my role as a husband and a father. And also just dealing with, I think, some fears. Similar to me, he had fears of whether he was going to be a good father, not having that relationship with his father at a young age.
What does this speak to, men like myself or yourself now, who are successful and largely secure in life?
That one, nothing is too small. We all have something to give.
Do you talk to kids now about your story?
Absolutely. The first thing I say when I walk into a room, looking like you or I in the suit, I say, I didn't pop out this way. I was just like you in this, and it's really powerful for a lot of them. Their eyes open up because they say, I was sitting here in this classroom just like you, thinking what you're thinking, trying to have the same goals and aspirations, wanting to be in the NBA, wanting to do whatever. And now I'm a lawyer that's worked for President Obama. There is a pathway for you. I think it's so important to connect, to help them see those connective points, because for so many of our kids, they just don't see it. They only see one way.
What should we be doing as successful and secure black men to help kids today?
Every opportunity we get, whether it's a mentoring moment, like you and I standing here, talking, sharing our stories, we should use it as an opportunity to pour into other young people, particularly our black men and boys, because if we aggregate that, they're going to have thousands of experiences of positive interactions that are going to change their lives. And I just think, I never let it pass. I don't walk by a little black boy without saying something.
A lesson he hopes will change the narrative while paying homage to black fathers.
These relationships literally can change and save lives, and that's what happened with me. They helped me understand my value, my culture, and ultimately find my purpose.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.